using a trim tool, you want to come up to this little button here, get underneath and pop that up. Once that's up, go ahead and pry it out. Use a 10mm socket, go ahead and remove this bolt. Once that's done, repeat for the other side. I'm going to go ahead and grab the top of the grill, release the little latch clips across the top, lift it up, and set that aside. Right back here, you want to go ahead and remove this 10mm. And up top on the other side, remove this 10 right here. Once those are removed, you want to use your trim tool and remove this clip. Across the bottom of the bumper, you're going to find a series of these push pin lock clips. You're going to use a trim tool. You want to get underneath and pop out the center. Once the center pin is loose, we'll be able to go ahead and push the whole unit right out. Once you get these coming out, go ahead and repeat across the whole bottom of the bumper, right around to the other side. All right, now what you want to do is reach in behind the side of the bumper and gently tug away. And what you're doing is dislodging the bumper from the little lock tabs here. Work this out, and then repeat for the passenger side. Go ahead and grab the bumper. When you pull the bumper out, if your vehicle is equipped with fog lights, you can see the connector right here. You can do this from up top or from underneath. You want to just press in on the tab right here, or you can simply twist the bulb out like so. Repeat for the other side. And go ahead and grab the bumper and pull that off. I'm going to remove this 10mm right here. One right here, one right under this little dip, and then there's two more. There's a lower one right here, and then the last one right up top. There's the last little retainer right here, Phillips head screw. Just turn it out just a tiny bit. Pop that out. Grab the plastic button and set that aside. The lower bracket will now be loose. Go ahead and set that aside. Go ahead and lift the headlamp away. You want to go ahead and start removing the components here. On this connector right here for the outer bulb, you're going to press in on this tab, wiggle that connector free. Up top on the center, you want to go ahead and disconnect this harness. Press in on the top right here, wiggle that connector free. You want to go ahead and disconnect this harness right here. Go ahead and install your harness retainer. Press the connector until you hear it click. Then you can go to your outer bulb, line up that connector, push that on. And you feel that click into place. And the headlight itself has a little stud right here. And it'll line up with a little clip on the inside of the body right here to help line that up. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this lower bracket here. I like to try and get all the bolts started first, and then we'll come back and tighten them all down. Line up your plastic lock, push in the core. Let's go ahead and get our bolts lined up here. Get that one started. We're going to get our other bolt started up top. Once we get those started, go ahead and snug those down. And we're going to take our lock button here, line that up and get that installed. I'm going to go ahead and bring our bumper back into place. I'm going to grab our fog light, line that up into the back of the lamp assembly, twist that in, repeat for the other side. I'm going to bring that bumper up and into the notch underneath the headlamp. Do the same on the driver's side. Go ahead and bring up the molding here. Push that in. You just nudge it with your leg. Here we go. Go ahead and put in some of our locks here. Reinstall all these plastic push pins and do this on the passenger side and then continue across the front and finish up on the driver's side. Go ahead and install our 10mm bolt here. Install our plastic retainer clip. Push our lock tab in and repeat for the other side. And go ahead and tighten down the bolts. Make sure our grill is clipped in across the top, and you're all set.
This is going to be a general tutorial on how to aim your brand new TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, so looking at your brand new TRQ headlamp assembly, you're going to see where your low beam is, and you'll see a little dot right in the center. And that is the access point, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with an erasable marker, just so it's easier to see. Next, what we need to do is measure from the level ground up to this point and take note of that measurement. Now we're just going to pull the car up to our wall. On our vehicle, we remember that the measurement was 28 inches for our access point. Your vehicle may be different, but that's where I'm going to put this tape, just above that 28 inches. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so let's just back the vehicle up, straight back 25 feet from the wall. And now that we moved our vehicle 25 feet back from the wall, we're going to start with our measurement here. That's where the headlamp center is. We're going to go down 4 inches on the driver's side. On the passenger side, we have our line here. What we need to do is go down 2 inches. To adjust the driver's side, we're going to cover our passenger side headlamp. If you look at the back side of your headlamp assembly, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the adjustment. Some of these headlight assemblies have 1, 2, or even more of them, but you should at least have one. This is how we're going to adjust the headlight beam. Now we're going to lower the top part of the beam down to just below this line. When you turn the adjustment to the right, it brings the beam up, and if you turn it to the left, it'll bring the headlight beam down. And this is this way on most vehicles. Let's continue on to doing the passenger side. All right, we properly aligned our TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, and on the quality TRQ headlamps for a pickup truck, the procedure is going to be the same. You're going to find your center dot, mark it, and then you'll measure from the level ground up to your dot. So once your headlamps are properly adjusted, it'll be time to adjust your fog lamps. You'll notice on the driver's side, the focal point is all the way at the bottom right now. I would like to bring it up so it meets up with approximately the bottom of the focal point of the headlight. Some fog lamps have an adjuster, others don't. The ones that do have an adjuster, you would just turn the adjustment to the left or to the right to adjust the beam up and down to where it needs to be. Now with your TRQ headlamps and fog lamps properly aligned, you can drive down the road safely.